Hello, darlings. Are we ready to start?
Bring your round home one day.
Are we ready to start, Kath?
Yes.
Good. We've got the token.
Sorry, I was distracting.
We've
Yeah,
got the
that was my
golden
fault.
seal of approval. Ready to start, Dinny? Okay, so just a word about measuring off your thread. If you go like this, that is long enough. Anything more than that will have you doing contortions when you're sewing. You don't need that. So I've got a little bit of a go back here, and then I've got the right length, and I'm taking it straight from the roll. And you all know how to do the fancy pants knot, of course, don't you? Yeah, I've been teaching my little Hume Group special needs kids that today, and we're there, we're nearly there. Okay, so, and it's a bit of an achievement. So just make sure that there's no little tail on the knot. Now, Kath Campbell, I was teasing you earlier, but you're actually onto me. You know how to do this. So ideally get rid of any pinholes before you start doing this. And this is called breaking eggs to make an omelette. So you're splitting it out. Yeah, exactly right. Don't worry. The cinnamon will actually remember. And I've coloured my cinnamon. And I've opened this out a little bit so that it'll sit reasonably naturally with my God, 3-finger overlap's a bit of an exaggeration. So I do only need a 3-finger overlap. I don't need heaps more, so I'm going to just cut that bit off. Who's got the pliers? Has anyone got a pair of... Ah, love you, Georgia. You're the best. Excuse me, everyone. Georgia's the best. Thank you, Princess.
At least 15
So I really only need a 3-finger overlap. And then bring that in close like this, because you won't be able to get it all in one go. And then just, and this is where the word winkle comes in to its own. So you're just going to winkle this wire in so it's sitting in that envelope. Now, my beautiful friend Kath Campbell, she's pinned it all in. You don't need to. You can do it as you go. So you're going to be sewing towards your holding hand on the side away from you, and it's called sit down, make yourself comfortable, got your needle, and if you like you can run it through some wax. Alright, some beeswax. I don't think I've got any handy, so I'm not going to do this right away, but you can just pop your thumb on the wax and pull that through one time, and that'll make the thread last a bit longer. Okay, Miss Dinny, come in nice and close, my dear. Now, I've got the wire, and I'm just going to get the end, and I'm going to get that to sit near the... I've got 2 bits of wire there. So now we're trying to find the end of that. That's good. And we're just going to shove that right up so that it crosses where the seam is. And hopefully our knot is big enough that if we stick it through here, it doesn't pull the right way through. And if you're in any doubt, just do a little bit of gentle stitching. So at this stage, you need to be able to have one hand inside and one hand outside. And there is a little trick, and again, you're all going to make peace with this in your own sweet way, but there is a little trick that you can actually, once you've got your needle in there and you've got your hand in there, you can actually shove it through without turning it, and it's easier. So you can pull that, you can go back in, and if you angle it so it's above the wire and then jam it back in so that it comes back below the wire, then eventually it'll hold the wire in place. Now there are 2 stitches that you can do for this, and one of them is equivalent to a running stitch, which is just outside the wire, and the other one is equivalent to a glove stitch. But what you do need to do is you need to keep that wire nice and tight and snug with the very edge. You don't want it to have folded cinnamon sticking out too far beyond there. So if I jam that down with my finger, and where have you gone? Here it is. And then I've got the needle here, so I can just go like that and go through there like this on an angle, and pull that through in the direction you're going, and then go up through there, and you can see that you get in that direction. And then if I don't want to be pulling through every single time, I can just go back there. Use my finger to hold it in the direction I'm going, so I can crook my finger and I can still pull that in the direction I'm going and still work with the direction that my hand is going. So just flip it up and just do a thread or two of the cinnamon and then go back through there. So if you go all the way around, now the other thing, once you've got around to about here, you can start doing whatever stitches you need. Just hold those two layers together. So, and then once you've done that and you've got your 3-finger overlap, that's enough to make it hold the shape. Now Sarah, you've got a bit of a as you're going, you may need to go, okay, so that's got to go down there like that. So you might need to do with your thumb and your forefinger to bend that down, and then you might need to go like that.
So you shape the wire once it's
as you
inside,
go, as you go. Yeah. So you're in conversation with the actual shape, but you can see how that, if you need to, can be quite bouncy. I'm only doing this for Sarah, you know. So you can see there you get that shape. Now let's say that you've got something that's sitting down and you want to flip it up. So you can then do the same thing. So just using the flat of your thumb, you can flip that up and then flip that down on the other side. And then you've got Fiona Eichler's thing where she's got a long side and she wants to flip that up. You can do that as you go, or you can do that after you've got it all sewn in.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Thank you. Does anybody else have any questions?
Can we see it?
Yeah, you can see it. I've only done about 3 stitches. Shall I do a few more? I don't need Dinny to. You don't need to watch now. And then we're good to go. Thank you. Turn off.